thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
What's up, everyone? We're back in the saddle for episode 531 of the Massenomics podcast.
That is correct.
All right, that is correct. The lifting podcast about nothing, recorded live from the corners of the Dakotas, episode 31 of season 2. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
Coming off a couple Q&A episodes, enough of that. Enough of you guys' questions. You guys can all just take your questions and stuff them in a sack for as much as we're concerned about your questions at this point. This week, we're getting to the good stuff. We're going back to, that's right, it's a tier list time.
Oh,
is that right?
Hell yeah.
Is that what we're doing, a tier list?
I think so, unless you're changing it up on me.
No, I think we're doing a tier list. We're going to do the tier list of seated exercises in the gym.
The world's been demanding it, and we're not going to deny them the pleasure of the seated tier list. Seated exercise tier list.
Seated exercise tier list. But before we get to that, I want to tell everyone about Barefoot Shoes. Do you want $20 off your next order? I assume yes. Go to Barefoot Shoes, and you can do that right now. Click yes. You sign up for maybe their email list, whatever you got to do there. You get $20 off. They also have their summer sale running right now, where if you buy any pair of shoes, you get a second pair for 50% off. That's right, 50% off at barefoot.store. And if none of that's enough for you, you can use discount code Massenomics. That normally saves you 10%. I don't know if you can use it also with the summer sale, but keep in mind Massenomics 10% off. Go get yourself a pair of the Bear Flops. They have wide natural shape that allows your feet to move freely, made with premium materials right here in America. Guess if you're an international listener, that doesn't mean as much to you, but for those of you domestic, get yourself some Bear Flops. They're made with premium materials right here in America. Barefoot.store.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Juggernaut AI is the smartest program for you. Since 2009, Juggernaut has been your trusted training resource, helping tens of thousands of athletes reach their goals. Here's how Juggernaut AI works. You download the app onto your phone. From there, you're going to tell the app all about yourself and your goals as a lifter. From there, it's going to create an individualized program made specifically for your needs and your goals. And then once that program's made, it's going to make adjustments for you every step of the way. You're going to check in with the app before every training session, after every set, and at the end of the day and the end of the week to see how things are going. And on the days you're feeling good, it might give you a little extra so you can get the most out of that training session. The days you're not feeling too hot, it will dial it back so you can recover and get back on track. I've used Juggernaut for several years now. I've used it to reach some all-time PRs, and I believe it has kept training really fun, and I believe that it's a great way to stay engaged and to keep chasing your goals. So head on over to juggernautai.app, use code Massenomics, and you can save 10% on the lifetime of your membership. Juggernautai.app, code Massenomics will save you 10%. Thank you, Juggernaut AI.
Big Cam, while you're reading your Juggernaut AI ad, he asked if Barefoot is coming to the Lift Hard Live Easy. They have confirmed that they will be coming to the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic in July. Just 1 month away. Ooh. Insane to think that. But yes, they will be coming and setting up a booth for the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic again.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, got a lot of good things going on this week. The supporting member gift has shipped. Mm-hmm. All of them have gone out. Every single one exceeded our timeline on that. I think last week I had said, I hope by the middle of June, they'd all be out, and mailed all of them out this week, Monday. They all went to the United States Postal Service. A whole bunch of letters.
So that
Most we've
means
ever
sometime
mailed at once.
between now and in the next year, you may or may not get it.
I saw the first one arrive today.
Really?
I got from the Phillipses.
Oh, okay. So it
Yeah.
made it 5 miles away.
But I think the way that it works is that went all the way to Huron and
think it
then
does.
back here. So if they could do that, I would think Sioux Falls people should be in line to be getting it
Okay.
even
So
today
they're
or
showing
tomorrow.
up.
So yeah, so they are showing up. I would guess tomorrow we'll see a few people that get it. And then the day after that, so Friday, I bet a lot of people will have them in their hands on Friday.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm
So
excited
we can't
for everyone.
we can't reveal at all yet what it is. It's still a surprise, even all the people listening along live. By the time this recording comes out, this episode's live, a lot of people will know what it is, but all the live listeners don't actually know what it is yet. I think only a couple of people know what it is.
They're going to be excited. It's a good one.
Yeah. So thank you to everyone that signed up to become a supporting member to get in on that, and everyone that's been a supporting member for a long time. What should we talk about next?
God, we got just a lot of random stuff in here.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask, actually, these are almost all yours, so I actually don't even know where to start.
None of them are important.
Okay, just let it be known, everyone. Nothing we're about to talk about, unlike our normal show where everything's very
Yeah.
important. Nothing is important right now.
None of these are urgently important. I would say, do have a bit of an announcement to make, although it's pretty cryptic at this point in time still. There is a secret barbell that I'm just trying to decide what the correct phrasing of this are, that we help develop, design, and we're not selling this.
We're just spearheading
Barbell.
the effort behind it.
We're spearheading the effort behind it. We're the inspiration behind it. And it is going to be very extremely limited. And we can't say yet what it is, but you'll see more on that soon. It's a very special barbell also.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Several supporting members are actually going to potentially get their hands on it, and it is going to be something that's sort of released to the public to be able to buy, kind of, but it's very odd. With as little as we can tell you now, it's hard to explain, but it'll make a lot more sense in about a month from now or so, I think.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah. So more to come on the secret Massenomics adjacent barbell. Right.
All right. Well, now that you're talking equipment, you got me interested. I saw you add you actually been adding a lot of little things to the gym lately. Seems like every week you got some little new thing popping in over there.
I definitely do.
And one of them I saw you add, it's something that I would have just never even thought about. But then I feel like you had some pretty good feedback on it, but we haven't talked about it. You have these Kensui Swissies. First, where did the thought even come from to get these things, and then what are they like?
The thought came from Jim Radar.
Did you just see someone else had them?
I saw other people have them, and then I was just looking through the most owned attachments, and they pop up in there not too far down the list. And yeah, I just randomly seeing a bunch of people that have these, and I don't know that I'd ever paid attention to them prior to Jim Radar.
And to be clear here, you don't have just the Swissies. You have the Swissies V2 Max, right? Is that has more like the paddle style?
I have a
grip?
couple. I also have the Swissies.
Oh,
too.
you do? Okay, so you went
Yeah.
all in on this.
I got those also. I mean, I've never personally even used just the regular ones, but yes, the paddle style ones are the ones that I.
And this
was
is
more
basically just like a
interested
little
in.
plastic hook that you hang over the pull-up bar to get a neutral grip, right? Is that?
But it also has a spot for a carabiner. It has a loop on the top of it. So it is
okay.
just straight up a cable attachment too.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So especially those paddle ones, if you were going to do like some sort of seated row with a cable,
Yeah.
I could definitely see using them for that. Or even like, I don't know, a single arm pull down, something like that. But the main reason I wanted them for was what you're saying. You just hang them over a pull-up bar and go to town on it. And man, they're good. They are a good product. They're very cheap.
Right, because I think these are like $50 or something, and they're just plastic, right? But like they are good actually.
They're good. They're whatever this means, but they're a nice plastic, and they have some thing in there for when it hooks over your barbell, like in that V.
I see
some
that.
sort of protective thing.
Okay,
I assume that's going to wear off,
but
over
it's not
time.
just plastic. Like there is some type of
There
liner
is something
to it a little
there,
bit.
but it might as I don't even know. Like
Yeah,
it would be
says
fine if it
rubber-lined
was.
hooks, I see. Okay,
It would be fine if it was just plastic. Like it's not going to.
But I can just see how that little bit of stickiness maybe even just stops it from
Yeah.
sliding a little. Even
Yeah, and it doesn't slide. It sticks like a rock. But sometimes regular, overhand pull-ups can aggravate my shoulders a little bit. Like I think it does that a lot to a lot of people. The very first time I brought them into the gym, Larry Legend and Ross were the two guys in there. I put them on the thing. I did like literally one cold rep with it, or 2 or 3 or whatever it was. And I'm like, man, you guys got to try these. And Ross did the same thing. He's like, wow, those are good. And Larry's like, my pull-ups have been, because Larry likes pull-ups. He's like, they've really been bothering my shoulder. I don't want to try it. And I'm like, I don't know. Give it a try. It feels different. He did it. And he's like, that's pretty good.
okay, so the old grizzled veterans are approving
Yeah.
of this then.
Yes. All the old guys at the gym approved of this. And there is something about it where it felt really, I don't know, ergonomic, for lack of a less stupid word. And it did not aggravate my shoulders at all. Sometimes regular pull-ups don't anyways. But it also felt like I could get very deep into the pull-up, like where I was getting my chest really high.
Yeah.
Like in a more, I don't know, natural way. I'm trying not to sound
Too scientific here.
this is not life-changing. I don't want anyone to think that they're going to get
This
these.
is the secret
but-
to gains.
As just an additional alternative for $50, and that especially with that paddle, it's like the mag grips. We have the mag grips, and a lot of people like those. It's that feeling then only of a pull-up.
Okay.
And I am a fan. I have been using them now for my pull-ups for a while.
All right.
And it is just also just a different stimulus.
That's
It's not
what-
to say that I would never want to just do regular pull-ups again, because I would, because this is doing something different than that is, obviously. But it's a cool variation.
Yeah, I've been definitely slacking on the pull-up department. I've just been hitting lat pull-downs.
Yeah.
But I could see adding some of these in to get a little variation and get some pull-ups back going again.
Like, just if someone even just expressed that much of what you said, I would say, yeah, you should buy these. Also do it through, click our link in Gym Radar or on Massenomics through our affiliates, and we get something. We have some sort of affiliate program.
I mean, they're $50, so we're not talking much here. But
no, realistically, if you
Actually,
buy
do
a
this.
set of
Okay,
these,
here, I
we're
take
probably
that
going to
back.
get like
do this. You go
$1.50.
Okay, you buy those, but then while you're at Kensui, also make sure you buy those like tungsten
whatever the
plates
most expensive
that are
yes.
like $10,000 for a set of 45s or something. Then make sure to use our code in that case.
I feel like those are going to be excluded from their affiliate program somehow.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if that's not part of it.
But I feel very confident telling you to use our affiliate code for that, because I'm like, you probably will like them. And if you don't, you're not going to be all that upset about it because of the
You're not out much.
price.
Okay.
Just
well,
don't expect that rubber liner thing to be like, actually in a home gym with one person using it, it'll probably last forever. I'm just picturing in Massenomics gym that they're going to get thrashed.
Right. Well, I had the Kensui, what the hell, Adaptabel. Remember,
Yeah.
like the little spin
Yeah.
lock plastic.
Yeah.
And really, that thing was like, I think I got it on sale for like $40. It wasn't a bad
It wasn't
product for
bad,
$40. No, it wasn't. And same thing there. You don't want to throw it around. I don't think it'd be great in Massenomics gym, but for a lot of home gym people,
No.
if you want the absolute cheapest, like loadable
And have an
dumbbell,
option.
it's not bad. Like for the one product I've had from them, I was impressed.
Yeah. I also have 2 other very interesting attachments on the way that'll get here soon that we can talk about next week.
Okay. All right. Well,
Or one
geez.
of them at least has been shipped. I don't know if the other's been shipped, but they're 2 other popular attachments from interesting companies. So
Yeah. Well, has anything else showed up in the last week or two then? Since I feel like the last time we talked, you were just covering the walls in wall
Yeah.
control. and then you'd put everything up there. But I don't know if we'd mentioned anything else since then.
I think we've met because did we talk? I got like that
The dynamic one. I think we did talk about
we
that.
already talked about that one, and people have been liking that one. Heard positive feedback on that particular attachment. No, these next two that are coming too will be interesting, so we'll see. But the Kensui ones, I think, were the most recent attachments that showed up.
Gotcha. I don't know why I just had this flashback of just talking right there on the podcast of that post someone made this week. Yes, Tanner. The voice didn't match me at all.
That is the guy's voice that made that, or not? I mean, he's making that voice.
Oh,
it's not
he
an
is.
AI.
Oh, okay. It reminds me of like the Team America South Park thing. Like
I think
the way they
I
talk
assume
on there.
that's kind of what he's something like what he was going
I didn't know
for.
if they just told it do something different, or if he actually. Okay, that makes more sense.
No, to give him the shout out, I think that's GoBro Athletics, and their booth is close to ours at Home Gym Con.
Yeah, I knew they were having a booth. I didn't look at the map in forever, so I didn't know.
I don't know who those guys. This isn't the Gym Radar bit. I actually don't know who those guys are at GoBro Athletics, but they seem to be pretty funny. So I think their thing is they're making a bar. It's like some new unique specialty bar. I'm very curious. They've got me curious what this bar is that they're going to release at Home Gym Con. I
said I want to know what you guys are cooking up over there.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. And in the meantime, they're making some funny, like we're puppets. Like they did one that was kind of funny too, where it was like some generic home gym reviewer, and he's like, "I just finished my 80th review of." I can't remember what it was, but it kind of did actually make me chuckle the way that they did it. I'm like kind of taking just a subtle shot at everyone. I appreciated that level of awareness. Yes. I'm like, yes, this is actually funny. So yeah, GoBro Athletics. I don't know who those guys are or what their product is, but I like what they're up to.
You drinking anything over there?
Oh, I am very thirsty. Ooh, that was a crispy crack.
Oh, yes, it was.
Cracking into a nice cold crispy one over there.
Oh yeah, Polar Raspberry Lime just hits.
You know what this is?
Someone told me that's a mating call one time.
That's my mating call. You know what I've always said?
Don't drink.
Never trust a guy that won't drink a sparkling water with you.
Speaking of that, we actually do have this week the Huck Finn barbell YouTube video coming out. I got it all edited today.
Gym tour.
Gym tour. I got it all edited today, and I told Tanner, man, that might be about the most I've ever laughed watching back on a video because you are just giving him shit the whole time, and he is just kind of at a loss for words multiple times. It's so funny. There's just a lot of ridiculous things in that video that I really enjoyed. I think people are gonna, if you're a fan of Huck Finn or a fan of Massenomics in any way, one of those two, I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah,
the equipment is somewhat secondary to all the conversation.
I was gonna say,
and I think it's better for that.
Right. You got to know, like some gyms we're going to talk really heavy on the equipment. Some we're going to talk more on the stories. Some are going to talk more about their training experience. It all depends on the person we're touring. With Huck Finn, we're not going to go. It's more fun to shoot the shit.
He did have some interesting equipment stories, though. Still, but it was just the conversation back and forth, and that one is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. I need to watch that. I'm just super busy over here and I haven't got to watch it, but it's on my to-do list. I'll tell you that much.
It's a good one.
What is the title of that one? Chicago's biggest influencer.
Yep.
Live from the city of Chicago, Chicago's biggest influencer, straight from Chicago, Huck Finn.
This guy is Mr. Chicago.
Huck Chicago Finn.
That's his nickname.
The Second City presents Huck Finn. Live from Chicago, Chicago's largest influencer, all the way from Chicago, Chicago Finn.
See him bench press at the Bean, just 1 block from his house.
Bench press at the Bean.
His goal is to drink a beer with every one of his followers at the Bean.
He's always said if you won't drink a beer with him at the Bean, he can't trust you.
Just the Bean is kind of his headquarters. it all revolves around.
It all centers around the Bean. Didn't we talk about the Bean in the videos too? Like we referenced it.
You say something stupid to him about you can't tell, but we're in downtown Chicago right now. And he's like, no. Yeah. And he starts talking about how we pulled up in this little car and how it was so little. And you're like, yeah, okay. But anyway, so we are in a barn here. And yeah, if we you have a big door, you can open that. He's like, oh, yeah, you can get that open. You're like, well, if you open that, you'd see there's the Bean right out front there and everything. You just keep getting him on it.
Benching at the Bean.
I need to make that some dumb
Yes.
ChatGPT post where it makes that image of him benching at the Bean.
And then it makes him just look a little fat.
With really little arms.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about announcing this. It's kind of a big deal, but I am back on the creatine.
Oh, God, not again.
I'm trying again.
He watches the enhanced games once, and then next week, look at him.
I think about twice a year I announce on here that I'm getting back on creatine, and I make it about 2 days. I'm really bad about taking creatine.
Because of the destruction it has on your body's natural processes, right?
No, just because literally I am terrible at taking supplements, and I'm like, yeah, you know what's easier than taking that? Not taking it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm like 6 days into taking creatine every day.
I'm actually about a month back into it now because I was bad for about 6 months there. And
did you gain any weight when you took it?
I typically do 3 to 4 pounds.
I did, because I've never been tracking my weight so good as I am this time, and I've stayed the exact same weight, give or take a pound, or give or take exceptional circumstances. I stay the same weight all the time, eating the calories that I eat, and I stick to it like glue. But 6 days into, my 5th day into taking creatine, I got on the scale and I'm like, whoa, I actually gained weight for the first time in 18 months.
And it seems
I gained 4 pounds overnight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
the same thing for me. It was like I weighed about 216 and a half every morning. Same thing, give or take a pound. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I just weigh 220 and a half, 221 every day now. And it is just overnight.
I went from 246 all of the time to 250 literally overnight. And I'm like, well, that must be I must have an enormous shit inside of me that I have to take or something. And then I'm like, nope, that's just kind of what I weigh now. And I'm also taking 7.5 grams of creatine per day instead of the common 5, because I've heard a lot of people say now that
how are you measuring
taking
this,
10
actually?
is common.
How are you measuring this?
A teaspoon. Mine's just completely mine's from bulk supplements.
Yeah.
And it's just
but your teaspoon, so you actually measured out how many grams are in an exact.
I just use a teaspoon to get the.
But you measured a teaspoon to know how much it is, or is that just the measurement?
It just says that 2 teaspoons is 5 grams of creatine.
Oh, okay. God,
so I'm taking 3 of what I'm. It's just powdered creatine monohydrate.
Yeah, no, that's what I have too. I think mine is.
I've just so commonly taken 5 in the past, and I just heard a lot of people say 10 is okay now, or maybe even better. So I've been taking 7.5, an arbitrary in between number.
Right, here we are talking about the finer points of creatine dosing.
Yeah,
does that sound like majoring in the minors or what?
Yes, it precisely is. And it's and of all supplements, it's one that is proven to probably actually do something, and it still almost feels, it's still laughable compared to sleep, nutrition, training.
100%.
What are you seeing on dosage?
Well, I'm trying to look at mine. Okay, so Optimum Nutrition, that is the one I have.
Yep.
They put a dose at 5 grams.
Which I think is very common.
Yeah, see, they say add 1 rounded teaspoon
Okay.
which to me, that's one stacked up teaspoon. So I just do a big scoop and dump it in, and I don't get very specific with it.
So you think you might be 5+?
I'm probably, going over by 50%. I might be at 7.5 on a big day, really.
Yeah. Like if you got a big lift coming, you'll take 7.5.
Yeah. If there's something really important that day, yeah, I'll really pile it on.
A lot, like, people also talk more about it having effects on mental stuff. I don't know what's proven or not on that sort of thing.
I know. That one's really hard for me, though, the mental thing, because it's just, when I think about my life, the variables between sleep, I'm not even saying like I'm stressed out from work, but just the mental demands of any given work day, the child situation, the family situation,
for sure.
There's just so many variables. I'm like, God, I don't know.
That are probably that affect it way more than if you're taking 5 grams of creatine or not.
When I took caffeine, how much caffeine I took, if I took any at all, I'm like, there's 10,000 things that could be contributing to brain fog or tiredness or less mentally alert that it's
that
really
have more
hard
of an
for
effect than creatine.
It's very, very hard for me to ever pin it on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's with any of that stuff though. Like,
yes, that's kind of the thing about supplements in general outside of caffeine.
I can tell you
powder,
when I got a good ass night of sleep, like I noticed that. Like that one I know for sure what's going on. But outside of that, man, there's a lot of other things.
Yeah. Or like if you have a big the flu, you have a big, that,
or if it's I don't know, November through February in South Dakota and everyone's just kind of sort of sick,
Yes. Okay. Do we want to do supporting our supporting members? Relatively new segment here for the podcast.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
This is, like I said, a relatively new segment of the podcast. It's now just the 31st time that we're doing this here in season 2 of the show. Supporting our supporting members is our chance to give back to those that give to us. We talked about that crew mailer that went out. Every single supporting member, we sent them this surprise that I can't wait to hear reactions and see reactions of what people are doing. It's kind of tricky now because a lot of people don't want to be the first to let the cat out of the bag for the other people. So I know people are opening it, but they don't want to post anything yet. But eventually someone will get the cat out of the bag and it'll all snowball.
Thousands of reaction videos out there, and eventually someone will see one of them.
So that's one of the things we do. We send those out a couple times a year. You can also listen along live like we have people now. You get to, and on our pre-show, like we did our pre-show before we recorded today, we never record that. It's only a live show. We do it every week. I don't know, how long have we been doing a pre-show?
Probably.
Did we start that before episode 500?
I think it was after 500, wasn't it? Or am I
I
wrong?
have no idea.
I'm actually not sure there.
It's relatively new. Yeah, I think Mark said it's relatively new. That's the safest bet.
But some weeks the pre-show's 5 minutes. We've had weeks where the pre-show's like 30 plus minutes. So
Mofo said way before 500.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay. Time does fly then.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, shooting the shit on a podcast. So another thing we do is shout out people that got cool stuff going on, like Big Estep. He ran a 5K with both of his sons. They all completed that.
Nice.
Big Scott ran a 5K with a time of 30 minutes and 2 seconds.
5K season.
I guess. Big Hunter and Big Wesley took first and second at the yard brawl, and Big AC there was judging. Sounds like a little crew get together.
Mm-hmm.
Big Zon got engaged.
Well, congrats on the funeral.
Congrats on the impending funeral.
Let us know when you put your gym equipment up for sale.
Because getting married is basically like dying. That's the joke.
It's the end.
Big Chris Z, speaking of, celebrated 20 years of his funeral.
Wow.
Of being married. Yeah. Big Peter B competed in the Snap City Open entry. We did a 300-pound sandbag to shoulder.
It's strong.
Big Boston Jose's youngest child graduated from high school. So he's now officially an empty nester.
Wow. I think that means there's more room and time for gym equipment then.
Gym equipment, Jeep rides, and surfing. The triple threat.
That's what Boston Jose does.
He's an empty nester now. That his iron triangle is now home gym, surfs up, and Jeep time.
Sounds like a pretty good life right there.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of calculating how the odds of us wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, some equations mixed in there too.
If you would have been wearing this shirt,
I
tonight
never
also, I
got
would have
that
been
shirt
like,
somehow. I don't think I ever got that one.
That's a good shirt.
Which, yeah, I wish I did because I have the brown one and I've worn it so many times. It's like basically worn out.
Yeah. I actually went through some of my shirts this week and I found the brown one that was deep, deep down. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get this one back in the rotation.
I'm just excited. I have the blue Raw Power on right now. This is one of my all-time favorites. And it's one of those shirts
that one
that my wife swiped off the pile probably a month or so ago. And it's just like every week I do laundry and I'm like, where is that damn shirt at? And because I don't have it, I know she has it. And just this week, it was magically back in my pile. So I had to put it on today.
Back in your rotation.
Yep.
This week's guest on Unpaid and Underrated, which is our bratty little sister podcast. It's another perk of becoming a supporting member. If you get involved in the community, you get active, you could be a guest on Unpaid and Underrated. They interview a supporting member every week. And this week was big. Brian from Texas came up to Crew Falls this year. We met him and his family for the first time.
I know who you're talking about here.
Yep, and he is signed up for the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic, so we'll be seeing him again soon, just next month. So thank you to all supporting members. Are you going to give these live listeners an ass kicking out of here?
Yeah. Do you want to read an ad and I'll get them out?
Yeah. Great opportunity for me to make this next important announcement. Our newest sponsor of the podcast. This is actually exciting. We don't often get new sponsors. Our newest sponsor is EliteFTS.com. We've worked with Dave Tate on a few things over the years, and by a few things, I mean mostly toilet paper related items. And now we've gotten the chance to have them sponsor the show. You can go over to EliteFTS.com. Use discount code MASS10. It'll save 10% on most things that you buy there. Not everything all the time, but a lot of the stuff, including the toilet paper. You can save 10%. Toilet paper is multiply. It's the toilet paper that we know, use, and trust at Massenomics Gym. We trust it so much our walls are literally lined with it. We use the toilet paper as insulation. Also check out their 4-inch cambered bar that they came out with, their bands, and equipment, everything. EliteFTS.com. Thanks, EliteFTS.
All right.
Did you 86 those people, or did you 69 them?
I wind them, dined them, and 69 them. Whatever that means. Okay. Do we got a certified training facility of the week ready to go here? I mean, I have one. Are you ready for it? Is what I'm asking. That's what I meant to say.
I am as ready as I'll ever be. We'll put it that way.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you noticed last week on the podcast, I actually did a video version of this, and it made life way easier for me. So we're just going to do that again. Ready for this?
Yeah. What do we got?
We are looking at Aaron's Gym. That is A-Ron's Gym.
Oh. That's what you got me on. Oh, yeah. Found it. Let's mark this certified training facility of the week, and it is so.
The deed has been done. Oh, yep. Yeah. The refresh happened right there. Okay. You ready to hop right into this thing?
Oh, wow. I did just see this gym actually on Gym Radar. Someone was commenting. Either Aaron was commenting or someone was.
There's a lot of comments. There's 10 comments already on this gym.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So
that's why this one popped. So that's a case for gym comments. His gym popped up because of gym comments.
Yep. Hop in your little travel device. We're going to Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Pack your passport, Tanner. We got to cross the border here.
Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Good thing there is a map, so I know where this. So this is very, very east. Way east.
It's way east. I still think it's probably south of Aberdeen.
I think you're right.
It's like, also just funny.
I think you're right.
How much of the Canadian population still manages to be south of Aberdeen?
Especially if you talk about population, because I think so many there's such a big population right around there in Ontario area, you know?
Yeah. So, okay, a couple things about this. Aaron's Gym. It is a basement gym. The owner, the name says like Welshig. I'm not actually sure how you say that. But what's interesting about his bio is it says he's 6'7" with an 80-inch rack. Basements, eh? And that's an interesting dynamic, isn't it?
I like that profile. That's good. 6'7" with an 80-inch rack. That's funny.
It paints quite the picture there. So looking at this gym, featured equipment. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Top brands. Number 1, Rep Fitness. Number 2, Amazon. Number 3, Oak Club. You could say that's where the Canadian flavor's coming in there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He has 76 pieces of equipment cataloged, and he has not left any reviews yet, but he does have 10
reviews, Ron. We got to get a few reviews. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
He does have 10 comments on his gym, which is pretty good. Comments being the newest feature added to Gym Radar, taking the world by storm.
He does have a wish list in his list. He also has his favorite home gyms. Let's see who made, if anyone sticks out to me. Oh, yeah, there's some good gyms in here that I know.
Oh, yeah. I have to reference this for future Certified Training Facility of the Week ideas.
I see Mark Darko's garage gym as a favorite home gym. I can't help but notice Darko has still not added pictures to his gym.
Man, hard to mark a place as your favorite when there's no photos of it.
Darko, get some pictures.
Okay. But should we get to the actual gym here?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh,
Okay.
He's got some stuff in here, doesn't he?
He does got some stuff. So there's some very interesting things. Like we said, it's a basement. And when you first look at this thing, you'll see there's this just fully loaded Rep PR 5000 rack here. And the aesthetics of this gym are top notch. And I'm just going to paint the picture of the room because you're looking at a basement. The basement's finished nice. It's got white walls and everything, but it looks like there's horse stall mats down on the floor, or it could just be black flooring. I actually can't tell for sure from this photo. It might just be black, like large tiles cut there, but he has this all white and black rack with black plates and all this stuff loaded on it. And then he has kind of the entertainment corner of the basement where there's a nice TV, a little entertainment center. Underneath it, there's a single recliner. And what's really cool is above the TV, there's a Rep SSB, there's a curl bar, and then to the side of it, there is a bike hanging off basically the ceiling
analog
too.
Peloton.
Yeah, an analog Peloton. So just the combination of those things together makes for a very interesting
Have
visual.
to be careful getting that Rep SSB off around that TV, I would think.
I mean, it is above, like the Rep SSB is basically touching the ceiling and a foot below the Rep SSB. I mean, actually the handles for the Rep SSB go behind the TV. That's how much this thing is.
I guess he's 6'7", so he can get up there.
Right, yeah. 6'7", you lift your arms up a little bit, it's like 9 feet in the air all of a sudden. No big deal. So that's pretty cool. But the rack is loaded. Like this thing has I can never keep this straight. Is it the
He's got the VTS Bulletproof Fitness VTS rack attachment on there.
Yeah, the VTS is on there, but is this the Athena or the Aries? What's their plate loaded one?
He has the Aries 2.0 functional trainer.
Aries 2.0 functional trainer. They got the track handles with, I'm assuming that's the JD equipped.
Yep, I'm
handle
sure that's
upgrade
what that
on
is.
there. I think they got the Rep equalizer plates, it looks like back there. They're the urethane ones.
Yep, the urethane coated equalizer plates.
And then from this angle, it's hard to tell what else is going on with the rack. So we're going to go to photo number 2. He's got the Rep-ins full set on the Rep cart. The Rep cart. There's the Oak Club like calf raise block thing on there too. Which, okay, yeah, it's just sitting on there. Okay, and then he also has this is a folding Rep rack, isn't it? On the wall next to it there.
Yeah, what is that called?
And that one maybe comes out from the wall about a foot or so.
Yeah, what is that? That's actually kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's the Rep PR 5000 wall mounted fixed rack.
Okay, I'm kind of curious what his setup is because he has the dip bar or like the dip attachments in that. And then he has the Pegasus seat, it looks like, stored on there. He has
that Oak Club curl bar attachment.
Oh, yeah, holder on there. I mean, maybe this is just kind of a second rack to sort of hold accessories and things.
I think so. I could see him benching out of that or something.
Yeah,
too.
because the
don't know.
bench is tucked in there too. Yeah, that's an interesting one to just have like this whole other nice secondary rack right next to the main rack there. Oh, and then we have, there's just like a full-on kitchen in this gym. And this is also what's interesting is, so they have like a countertop space against the wall.
Oh, I wasn't seeing what was going on with this bar.
Yeah, and then on the counter, in the middle of the counter is a sink, but then over the top of the sink is the rep open trap bar. Like it straddles both sides of the sink. Yep. And then on both sides of the sink, there are wall control panels with like every attachment that you would ever need up there. So it's basically like if you just took someone's kitchen and put a rep open trap bar over it and put up wall control panels, and that's the vibe.
He does have quite the assortment of nice attachments there too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's some more JD equipped stuff. There's the rep clever
Cas handles. He's got all those rep.
Yeah, all the rep clever collab stuff there. Yeah, I mean just some really nice pieces. It looks like an adjustable kettlebell, maybe.
Yeah, that kettlebell. That's the rep adjustable kettlebell, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. There's some rep squat wedges there, too, it looks like. A really good setup. The next photo shows the stairs, and underneath the stairs, is that the rep leg developer for the bench wheeled underneath there?
The leg extension and leg curl bench attachment for all your sitting on your ass, lifting leg needs. All the comforts of sitting on your ass in a commercial gym from the comforts of your own basement. I wonder how all that works when you're 6'7".
You'd think if
he needs to leave a review. I want to hear his review on how that if that thing works well for him as a 6'7" guy.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, wow. And then we have an up close photo of the recliner in front of the TV. You can see in the mirror. There's a single barbell mounted to the wall hanging. He has that body solid, it's like the rower without the, did Jake have that too? It's basically a Concept 2 rower, but instead of having the little fan, like the actual part, you just have just the sled, like the rail, and then you hook
it up to your,
like your functional trainer or cable stack or whatever. And like that is a cool thing. I'm curious how good that actually works.
Yeah, I don't know. That is never tried it actually.
Okay, there you can see the next seat. The next photo, he has the Pegasus seat on the main rack. We got some VTS photos, track handle. Yep, a barbell hanging on the wall. Oh, we got 2 doggos down there too.
Oh,
Love to see that. And last photo, we just get another angle of the room.
He does a good job decorating with gym equipment. He also has a Roomba and a mini fridge.
Oh, okay. Also, there's like a pull-up bar hanging from the ceiling. Did you notice this? I actually didn't catch that right away. That's interesting how I guess that one part of the ceiling isn't finished. You can kind of see floor joists, sort of.
Yeah. Like it looks very finished for being unfinished, though, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's a nice setup.
Right. There's also a plant.
So go tell A-Ron on Gym Radar if you like his gym or not. It's a good one.
Yeah. Let him know, and also tell him to leave some reviews. We need to know what it's like as a big 6'7" guy on some of this equipment.
Yeah, big 6'7" guy, huh?
All right. Do you think you could get strong in Aaron's gym?
Oh, hell yeah.
What's Aaron from?
Key and Peele.
Okay. Yep. That's it. I knew you'd know.
There's one thing I know. It's movies and TV.
Especially movies. From
Don't ever doubt me ever.
What do we do next? Do we go into a tier list?
I think we need to, yes.
All right. We'll never get to this tier list if we don't get it started.
Did you get that link I sent you?
Yep, I think I'm in.
He's cracked
the code. I'm in.
Oh, yeah. There he is. I see him.
You see my hand?
I do see your hand. God, okay, I got to say, just because I'm getting like this funny feeling right now, it was on this podcast, I don't know, a couple months ago where I got just this quick
podcast.
Well, this format, yep, it's kind of happening right now. Actually, this is scary. I got this hamstring cramp. And that was the only time in my life that had ever happened where I got a hamstring cramp. And, it happened on here. And it lasted for like, I don't know, 5 seconds. And it was somewhat alarming, but I got over it. It was, I was going to bed probably, I don't know, a week or so ago. And actually, I shouldn't say I was in bed. I was like sleeping. And I had put my wife was already sleeping. It was probably 11:30. I'd put my phone down, like, okay, I was kind of like rolling over to set it on the nightstand. And this cramp hit my hamstring so hard. It was like violent how hard it hit. Yeah. And my first thought was, okay, this happened a week ago. Like, okay, it's going to go away. And it wouldn't go away. It just kept going and going. And pretty soon I'm like, I'm like telling my wife, and she's like, well, I'm trying to sleep. What are you doing? And I'm like, it won't stop. It won't let go. And I could just feel it. Like,
were you trying to like straighten your leg?
I just couldn't. I was laying down and I couldn't move. Yeah. It's not like right now where I'm sitting and I can kind of maneuver a little bit. Yeah. I was laying in bed and I just had like no ability to move my upper body or anything. And it wouldn't let go. And it lasted for 30 seconds to a minute. And it was just alarm. I'm like, is this just my life forever now? Is this ever going to let go?
Was it extremely painful?
It was extremely painful. And I could feel my hamstring. I mean, it was like a lump in it. It was very, very tight. And then it finally let go. And ever since that day, like 2 weeks ago, it just feels like at any given point, my hamstrings are both just going to completely, both of them just going to lock up on me. I've never been conscious of that in my life. And now on a daily basis, I think, is that going to tighten up right now? Because it just like getting out of the car, like just getting off of a chair. I always feel it. And right now was one of those times where I was like, oh, I actually think it might cramp on me. That's why I'm sitting funny. So I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I don't like it. It's very unsettling.
Was it a tier list the last time on the podcast when it cramped?
Maybe it was. Yeah.
Maybe your hamstrings are allergic to tier lists.
That might be it. Yeah. Or maybe the tier list is what makes the cramps go away. It needs the tier list. But yeah, not good. Not a good feeling. And I'm actually while I'm talking, I'm just feeling less and less confident. Like I'm going to make it through this episode without an incident.
Without a hamstring cramp.
I don't know what that's about. It's so weird.
You know what that feeling when it finally stops though, when you like you can literally feel it like,
is this what it feels like to just relax? Like it feels like you've never relaxed in your life before.
Thank you for letting making it stop.
Oh God, it's terrible. Yeah, I don't know.
And then there's like a residually painful still too, where it's like, ouch.
That was sort of my problem though, is it just went away. Like it didn't really linger or anything, but now it's just been the thing of, like, I've had a couple decent deadlift days since then, and I'm thinking, going to every deadlift day thinking, like, is this the day they both just cramp up on me and I don't deadlift again?
Yes.
Well, anyways, back to the tier list.
Okay, so this is the seated exercise tier list. Is there any framing we need to do of this before we get into the full...
The framing is this whole segment is very scientific, extremely well thought out and heavily debated. So these are absolutely the right, correct answers. There's no telling us we're wrong here. That's the state of mind you need to be in.
And if you haven't listened to watched any of our other tier list episodes, maybe you should go back and listen to some of those. It'll give you a good context of what this is going to be like.
Exactly.
So yeah, we make the rules up as we go. Basically. You might hear us justify something one way to land it in a certain space and then
go against that whole belief system on the next item.
And the beauty of it is we get to do that. But you do get a say in the matter. You get to comment. If you think we do something that is to you incorrect, you're free to comment about that in the YouTube section. It just has to be phrased properly. And what's the expectation on a valid comment?
God, yeah, let me remember because no one ever has any feedback, so I forget. But I think it's in my incorrect opinion.
Yes.
Then you can state your incorrect opinion, whatever you can write as much or as little as you want. And then you end it with, but whatever, I don't know anything. So
yes,
in my incorrect opinion.
As long as you do those two things.
Yes. My example goes here. Yep, but whatever, I don't know anything. And then we feel that you're coming from a place of respect and an unthreatening manner, and then we'll engage with your comment. But then and only then will we think about it.
Otherwise, you'll be permanently banned and blocked.
We'll report you to Google.
So we do have a list here of seated exercises, and some of these aren't really brand, machine, or they're not specific down to that level.
Yeah, because we didn't
Some
want
of
to
them
do.
are kind of, or we'll use like a particular example.
Yeah, but we didn't want to like be like, okay, first we're going to look at the Cybex leg extension, then the Cybex
Right.
Eagle leg extension, then the
Right.
Life Fitness like we're not doing that. Like some do require a little more detail, but for the most part, we're speaking in more general terms here.
Yes.
More
Yes.
movement patterns than necessarily equipment pieces typically.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to pick the first one?
Yeah.
In no particular order, we're going to do these.
No particular order. God.
And we don't know exactly how. Well, I don't know what these are, where we're going to end up with
Okay.
here.
I'm going to pick a real, I think one that everyone can relate to here to start with. I am going to start with the seated calf raise.
Great choice. The seated calf raise.
It's a pretty classic seated exercise, isn't it?
classic seated exercise for sure.
I think most people, if you've ever been to a commercial gym, have probably experienced this in some way too. You know, typically you got a pad that goes across your knee. You sit on your ass like you do with all these movements. You got a little pad that goes across your knees. There's some type of release, and your feet are on a little block of some kind, and you have basically a little weight horn out in front of you, and you're moving the weight up and down.
We've got the hammer strength one,
which is a fine unit.
Gym. It's a very good one. I was just going to look on Gym Radar if I looked at seated calf. I'm curious what...
Now, the purist will tell you, don't even waste your time. You need to get a standing calf raise, but...
Yeah, the Titan's the most common one, so maybe you got the Titan one or the Body Solid or the X Mark. There's a billion different kinds, but Titan's the most common one on Gym Radar. So plate-loaded seated calf is a pretty common. Generally speaking, I like the standing version better of calf raises, although the seated targets the soleus portion of the calf more specifically than standing does. You ask me how I know.
You're speaking my language. How do you know?
Yeah, because I keep straining what I was going to say was my calf when I go for runs.
Yeah.
It is my calf. It's my soleus. It's like the bottom portion of your calf, what ties in more closely to your Achilles tendon. That's what I keep straining. And part of my rehab is I now do quite a few seated calf raises to try to like strengthen that. And,
so why do you think you keep straining it?
I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, have you ever had that problem before?
Never.
Yeah.
Why am I doing it? Because I'm old, I guess, and like I can't do anything without hurting something. I keep doing it because I'm not giving it long enough to recover is probably the correct answer.
Okay.
Like I'll give it long enough to where I'm like, this is just fine.
Feels
and
fine.
I'll go run half a mile. I'll hit the half a mile mark. Bam.
Back with
strain
it. Yeah.
Yep. Just like clockwork. If I run over half a mile, it's hit. But I've been really hammering the rehab, and part of that is seated calf raises.
Okay.
Because if it's seated, it's undefeated.
Very true words. So with that in
I
mind,
can't sit on my ass hard pass.
with that in mind, you know, this isn't like a bad thing by any means to me. It's also not great. I'm kind of feeling middle of the road on this, maybe like B-ish.
Yeah, I would say so, because I still actually prefer a standing. If it's going to be a calf raise machine, I kind of like a standing one better. But yeah, I think B's good.
Okay. Also, we will say with this, once we get done, we typically go back and reanalyze the list and see how the tides shifted with our reasoning, and we may move things around too at the very, very end.
Yeah. We probably will, especially if we decide everything is an A, B, and C. We might decide that some things have to be F's and S's. Speaking of seated exercise tier lists, how about the lat pull down? One of the granddaddies of them all.
That is a classic right there.
Everyone does a lat pull down.
That's one of the heavy
Everyone
hitters
sits on their
list.
ass for a lat pull down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a heavy hitter, right?
That is a heavy hitter.
That might be S tier. That pull down is a freaking classic. Sitting on every dipshit that goes to the gym for the first time is gonna sit on their ass and do a lat pull down.
I agree. Like it's just everyone
from
does
every
this
dipshit
movement.
to the most experienced lifter. Everyone's doing lat pull downs on their ass.
I mean, one, it's easier to do than pull ups.
Extremely.
You can also just scale it in a lot more ways. And most lat pull downs, especially in a gym, are selectorized. So it's really easy to make adjustments too. But man, they work. Like I didn't have a lat pull down in my gym right away. That was the first machine I added, a lat pull down low row. And it wasn't too long after I added that, my bench started blowing up. And I don't think that's a coincidence.
No, I don't think so either.
You know, it's you can hit pull-ups pretty hard, but at the end of the day, it's pull-ups are pull-ups. They're challenging to take them a whole lot of ways there. So I gotta find a good photo of a pull down.
What about yours?
Well, I kind of like the photo with a person in it, just for the sake of
she really showing what's going on.
Yeah,
right.
You know, that's always the problem.
Well, we are saying S tier for that, though.
I think so, right? It's got to be, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think though. I will always, like we said, we'll review it, but I think it's in the S ballpark at least. We'll see who the contenders are on that.
Okay, I got the photo in S tier. Wow, S tier so soon.
Yeah,
you love to see it.
That's
okay.
That's going to be a tough one to take down.
Ooh, that pulled down. Okay, boy. Let's go with the. You know what? I think this could be a bit of a polarizing one. I'm gonna go with the preacher curl here. Tanner, I've never been a big fan of preacher curl. What are your thoughts on preacher curl?
Gotta say, some of my earlier lifting career, before I was doing as much squatting and deadlifting and kind of training more like a power lifter, I did a lot of preacher curling.
Did you?
I did a lot of curling in general. I would, come to the gym and like just lift arms.
You
all
had your
day
curl
long.
day.
Yeah, I'd just come to the gym and do like 4 variations of curls, because this one hits this head and that one this head, and it's a classic one. That's a sitting on your ass lift as old as time. It seems like, who hasn't pictured Arnold? You could just picture Arnold at a preacher curl bench.
I think it's also one like the lat pull down that if you go to a gym, there's a pretty good chance that you've ventured over to this thing and done these before too.
Absolutely. Yes.
The curl bar fairy.
Every gym has one.
Every gym has one. It's like the curl bar fairy has its own little station with the bar just sitting, waiting for you. It's like just waiting for you to take it.
For something that's not that important, that you can like skin that cat 70,000 other ways.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that every gym has a preacher curl bench.
I think it's because it's just arms. Some people say it's an upper body business. It's where the money's to be made, and people love their arm exercises. So why not dedicate a station in the gym just to doing curls in a specific way? I
don't really do them.
So with that being said, I actually don't like the preacher curl movement. I don't. That's not.
You can put weird strain on your elbows and
I never thought they felt good. I never liked them. For me, this is I don't think it's an F tier because I can understand why some people like it, but for me personally, like in my opinion, this is kind of a C tier item. But I can understand how people would want that higher, though.
Yeah, I don't really use it. But it also is one of the, like, we posted a video of even Massenomics Gym, the very first version of it.
And it's always had it.
Someone even commented, goes, it's funny, all the limited equipment in there, and there's still a preacher curl bench.
It is a relatively easy piece to push and move around, too, though. Like, that one especially was pretty lightweight,
Yeah.
You know what I used that thing more than anything? I used it as the station to load skull crushers on.
Yes.
That's what it was more.
To this day, that's what it gets used for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you see people doing preacher curls on it much?
I did them like a week ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't like it. It was actually hard to get in a comfortable position. Or not even just comfortable. Like, I don't do lifts to be comfortable. It was hard to get in a position that felt like I was achieving the goal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's nicest preacher curl I've ever seen in my life. Juji Mufu's Panada one.
For sure.
That is hands down. That's the.
I love it when he gives the little demo of it.
Right. Because it's like
spins it and
it's on like a hydraulic or like a gas strut, and you can get it up to standing height, and then it can spin around and do all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, it is impressive.
Yeah, I'm good. I actually am good with C probably. I don't know. It's kind of that's a hard one. for me. I can't make a good case anywhere, so I'm good with that.
Like for me, if I'm going to do curls, that's like number 10 on the list of a way I would hit curls. I even tried to revisit it lately, and it still didn't. I tried to hack around it by standing, just doing single arms and using the bench.
I actually do like a single arm preacher curl over a double arm preacher curl in that way, but I don't prefer single arm lifts.
I know
in general.
It's annoying because it just takes that much longer to do this accessory that you're always already doing a bunch of reps on. And
yeah.
Okay, we got it in at C.
Okay. How about the leg extension? We got to go to where, kind of where this really all came about is we sitting on your ass with leg extensions. The classic sitting on your ass, lifting your legs, leg extension. There again, everyone does it. Everyone that comes to a gym will do a seated leg extension.
Yes, they will. It's like no one wants to do squats, you know.
Why would you when you can sit on your ass?
Why would you when you can just target one very, very specific muscle that may or may not actually make you stronger, right?
Yeah. Every gym pretty much has a leg extension machine.
I think that's if you're signing up for a gym, the government sends a person over to ensure that you have a leg extension machine. Otherwise, you can't open a gym.
With more people getting machines in their home gyms, leg extension seems to be one of the ones of those machines, or very high on the list for sure.
Yes, it does. It's also it's
plate loaded, selectorized, all kinds of options depending on what you prefer for felt load and strength curves.
Boy, tell me more.
I did leg extensions today.
Did you?
I did single leg extensions.
I will tell you, I've for the most part been a man of my word when I said nope. I'm done doing this sitting on my ass stuff. I'm doing hard exercises from now on. And I have really stuck to the split squats. But there was a day not that long ago, I think it was on a deload week. I thought, you know what, I'll take it easy this week. And I did leg extensions. And I'll tell you what, when you don't do heavy-ass squats before leg extensions, God, those things are so much easier.
Yeah.
Like when you go into those things, like you've just tried to escape for your life out from under the squat, and then you go do leg extensions, you're still kind of fighting it. But yeah, when you go in fresh, I'm like, I don't even know. You can just do unlimited weight, I think. Like now I get why people complain because if you're not doing heavy weight before, you have a lot of energy, a lot of muscle to
that was always kind of that was part of my argument in the video even too, where it's like, or in some of the discussion is like, well, I'm using this as a part of training. And usually never in my training is this the first thing I'm doing. It's almost always the last if I'm doing it. And by that time, I'm pretty fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
So the weight that we're talking about, I'm like, it's usually more than enough. And most of the people I see use it at Massenomics gym. That's true too.
Yeah,
that's
it's just like a cheap, easy finisher.
Right.
Yeah.
So where does it rank? Seated leg extension.
I mean, I think
everyone's got one. Everyone's done it.
I personally don't think it's an S tier. I know there's a lot of people that would say it's an S tier. I don't think it's an S tier movement. I can understand how B or A would be appropriate. I mean, there is a lot of people that would say A because it is their leg day. You go hit the leg press and then follow it up with the leg extension. It's like boom, boom, there's leg day. I don't know. I'd probably put it at a B, but I feel like I'm thinking of the public a little more here. And I think a lot of people would put it closer to A. But I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I could see it being an A.
That's fair.
It's also on the sign we made of the saying.
It's very, very true. If it's seated, it's undefeated.
Yep.
All right, that's leg extension. Well, let's hit the flip side of this. Let's flip it and reverse it. Let's go with the seated leg curl.
Seated leg curl. Yes.
I wouldn't say, I don't think this one has quite the same adoption as the leg extension. I don't think a leg curl is necessarily that uncommon, but it's not a given that gyms have a seated leg curl.
No.
In my experience, most of the gyms I've been to, they have a prone or aligned leg curl is what I typically have seen.
Yeah, and a lot of the nerds like seated better, right? Don't they say that the stretch is better on the
everyone
seated or
just
something
repeats
like
that same thing of, it supposedly hits your hamstrings more. I can tell you right now, it agitates my low back, that seated position with my legs extended in front of me like that. That really does agitate my back. So I actually hate seated leg. Like if you were just asking me, there's no way. I would, if you said, hey, I have a seated leg curl machine, do you want it for free? It's the nicest one in the world. I'd be like, no. Or if you say, well, you have to take it, I'm just going to sell it right away. Like, there's no reason, there's no way I'm going to keep that in my gym. But I know there are people out there that like the seated leg curl.
Didn't Evan say he likes lying better?
He said he likes lying more. I like it way more. Like I think lying leg curl, dude, if you can't hitch, I mean, I can get to the point where I basically can't stand up when I'm done doing a lying leg curl. Like what? Oh, so the seated leg curl, I'm going to make it so I actually just can't get up after that. Like, what am I leaving on the table here? I mean, my hamstring cramp up on me in the middle of the night. Like, come on, I'm hitting them hard here.
I actually think I kind of like lying leg curl better too.
I just find it way more comfortable,
people,
like from an ergonomic
people say
standpoint.
otherwise, but I kind of like the lying leg curl better than seated.
This is not a list of top lying exercises.
No,
it's a list of top seated exercises.
It's can't be ranked as high as the seated leg extension for sure. And the fact that we like lying leg curl better also knocks it down a point. So I think it's is it like a B or a C?
It is one of those two.
Yeah.
But what's the correct one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could go B. I could understand putting it one notch below the leg extension.
Okay. Let's throw her in the B range.
Okay. God, I just got to find the right photo for this sucker. Here we go. We'll do this.
You picked that, so I'm going to pick the next one. Let's do... Let's do the seated... A seated row, like the seated hammer strength ISO row is the machine that we have, but some sort of seated row. Okay. That's probably the most common, something with you're sitting down, you have a chest support in front of you.
Well, you don't even necessarily need a chest support. Like, a lot of cable crossovers, they have the towers that have the foot platforms where you can just do a seated row with a bench.
Oh, yeah, just like a seated cable row like that. Where you have
like a seated cable, yes.
Yeah, right. I mean, put that all in the same.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. One has a chest pad, or one has a chest pad, one doesn't. But
one has a foot. Yeah, I see.
Well, I don't know. Do we need to do those separate or not?
No, we don't need to do those separate. Okay. Let's just lump them all into one category.
But the hammer strength one is kind of the classic. Highly sought after machine, which you happen to have.
I do have that. Great machine.
Those things do get hyped up a lot online, I've noticed.
Yeah, it is a good machine.
What do you think you paid for that one when you got it?
I don't think it was all that expensive. I bought it a long time ago from Minneapolis.
And how did you decide on that one too?
I'm not sure. I think it just showed up for sale and it was a good deal.
Okay. It wasn't like a specific that you weren't like.
I think I might have bought some other stuff with it. Actually, I picked it up from Brad Night Moves Nightsall. He got it for me and I grabbed it from him when I was there one time.
But at that time you didn't have hammer strength ISO row like on your shopping list?
I don't think so.
Okay. So it's kind of a happy accident, you could say.
Yeah, that's what I think so. I think as much as anything, that's true.
Okay. Well, I don't really get to use this one much. It's in the gym, obviously, but when I was there, I always did like it. Like, it is a good machine. You can hit your lats pretty damn hard on it while sitting on your ass,
Yes.
and from a slightly different angle than lat pull downs too.
Yeah. Or also looking at the seated cable row version, kind of similar, but different. Also a very popular, you can go really heavy on that, which a lot of people do, and you can use a lot of back English. So great for a seated exercise that you can just show off on.
Do a little horse cocking.
So show how much of the weight stack you can move around with your body.
Yeah.
Great opportunity for that while you sit on your ass.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to sit on your ass and move a lot of weight in a way that's not like terribly fatiguing.
Yeah, that's also not too stressful or taxing.
Right.
It's really, I mean, you're painting a pretty good picture on this right now.
That's true. Oh, that's a tough one for me though too. It's not an S. I guess to me it's either an A or a B. Do you feel better about one of those?
Well, we have lat pull downs as an S, and this feels like it's a notch below, so maybe this is an A.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely below lat pull downs.
I kind of want to put both pictures in here for options because it just feels relevant to really cover our bases.
You mean for the people that when I post it on Instagram and they talk shit about it, classically they don't watch the video. They just
That have no clue what we're talking about, but tell us we're wrong without putting the proper disclaimer on it.
Yes.
Oh, just grinding my gears. Yeah, here we go. Okay. We got two options in A now. All right.
What's the felt load that you used for that leg extension machine?
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
That's a good question. It's a body solid. Should we call them up and find out?
Yeah, we'll see what the felt load is on that thing.
Yeah. There's a shroud over the weights there. It's probably because they don't want you to know. God, you know what? The freaking weight stack is probably just numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't even know the weight on it. A couple of, oldest trick in the book.
Classic.
Yeah. Leg extensions. I did 12 today, whatever that means. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, your turn to pick.
Okay.
Ball's in your court.
Here we go. God, all right. Some of the issue with some of these is I've either never used them or I've just hardly ever used them. So I can't give a really in-depth review other than just putting my own personal biases in. But let's go with the seated dip machine.
Seated dip machine. I used the seated dip machine a lot when I was in Kuwait. Had a sweet seatbelt on it. And use the hell out of a seated dip machine.
It just sounds like a thing you would do in Kuwait is use a seated dip machine.
Seated dip machine with seatbelt.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'd like to go back in time and pay more attention to what some of the brands of the machines were because I think there was some pretty cool equipment there. It's just I was far less aware in 2009 of I couldn't have even imagined what Gym Radar was.
Yeah, you were more concerned about who's going to win that basketball game than.
That's right. Like if someone would have told me about Gym Radar, I would have been like, dumb.
Don't you know we're playing basketball tonight? The championship's on the line here.
Gym Radar. I just come here to lift. What do I care what does it matter what brand this equipment is? Like I had literally never even heard the words felt load.
I was just saying, then someone says the words felt load to you and you go, we're speaking a different language, buddy.
What else is it? Felt load and strength curve.
Yeah.
I promise in 2009. I was reading bodybuilding magazine. I subscribed to multiple bodybuilding magazines and never were they talking about felt load and strength curves of machines.
Maybe they were, and your reading comprehension was so poor
That's
that
true.
it just
Maybe
went right over your head.
I just saw felt load, and I'm like, nope, gloss right over that. I don't like that.
Who are they?
I don't care for that part
here?
of the magazine.
It's not me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read about stuff that actually matters, like nutrition, right?
I wasn't buying Flex magazine for the articles. I just like the pictures.
That's right.
Seated dip machine, kind of a goofy machine. Not all that iconic in the seated exercises, in my opinion.
Not all that iconic. Also, not all that hyped either. I've noticed.
Yeah,
not a lot of talk in the home gym circles about adding in a seated dip machine into your gym. Last one I used was when we actually Los Campeones for Crew Falls. I used theirs there because it was on my day where I do dips. And I thought, you know what?
Right.
I do dips all the time. Let's add in a dip variation.
How'd you like it?
I will say that one actually didn't have the seatbelt. I'm pretty sure it had like a leg pad that you can adjust down, which I think is probably superior in this case. It's just one less thing to mess with or easier to adjust. But, I mean, dips, especially at this point, I typically throw like a 45 on when I'm doing dips. and like they're just hard. It's just a hard
Yeah.
exercise at that point.
Yeah.
With the weighted version, or with the machine, you're finessing it a little more, and depending on how much body you're putting into it versus like it's all machines, you can really manipulate it how you want. But I got a good burn out of it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. This is probably like a C tier to me.
I think it's C. Like in the world of sitting on my ass, it's just not that high of a priority.
The risk to reward ratio is just all off on this one.
Yes. So C.
Yeah.
This next two, I think we lump them together, and I don't have a good justification why, but I would go with the pec fly / pec deck, and also the rear fly, rear delt, because a lot of times those machines are a 2-in-1 machine, complete opposite movements, but you just sit on your ass on that one machine. And also, we didn't combine the leg extension, leg curl, but because this is our show, I just want to combine this one.
Yeah, I think those ones are different enough, or they have enough notoriety to them that they deserve their own spot.
But we'll go the pec fly / reverse fly rear delt. I like that reverse fly. I've never done that on a machine at a commercial gym and not got done and been like, yep, that kind of lit up my rear delts.
It's a muscle that I'll never forget. The time we were at Juji's, we were doing some kind of like face pull, like lean against a band or a rope thing. And I just remember thinking after like 4 reps of body weight stuff, like, whoa, I've clearly have been neglecting this area. Yeah. And ever since then, I've taken face pulls very, very seriously. But it's not an area that on a powerlifting program you prioritize a whole lot, I don't think. So I can understand the liking it, but as far as these machines go, I don't know. I've like maybe used one once ever. Like I just have no experience with it really.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular. I'm seeing more and more home gym equipment companies making this piece and kind of seeing it pop up more often, especially since it's a 2-in-1.
Well, yeah,
either one of these on their own is a tough sell for any home gym probably.
Yep. I think it's because it's the 2-in-1, and it's sort of the multi-flight thing where, if you position yourself this way with one arm, you can do this.
Right.
Like it's 2-in-1, but you can maybe eke out a couple more variations is where
also
I think it
seems like that machine is usually a 2-in-1 in commercial gyms most of the time. Like rarely, like if it's the reverse or the rear delt fly machine, it's almost also can be used always as a pec fly too.
So what
I don't know. I guess it's a B to me.
Okay.
That being said, it's a B.
Yeah, that's what I just do not have enough experience to really put that one in it. But I can understand a B. I can see that. Next on the list. Ooh. Let's go with a little bit of a rarity here. Let's go with a seated grip machine.
Seated grip machine.
We got to experience one of these firsthand in Chicago, in the Chicago area, on one of our gym tours. That was it Sabotage Sean? Did he have the hammer strength version? Is that what he had?
Yeah, the hammer strength seated plate loaded grip machine.
Hammer strength plate loaded gripper. And what a unit right there.
We put this one on the list because it stuck out because it's very interesting that this is actually made as a seated machine. Like that they made this entire machine with a seat on it that you can do like this pinch grip.
Yes,
there's so many things that like do that don't require their entire own seat and setup. I want one of those. I think they're absolutely absurd and next to pointless and a waste of space. Not pointless, but pointless in the way that you can just do that without having an entire.
It's more a flex in the way that if you have one of these, it means you have space. You're either terrible at picking pieces of equipment or you actually have a lot of space. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're it's not that big. Like it's pretty minimal because there's almost literally nothing to it. Yes. It's not a huge seat. It's funny to me that it is even ever exists as an entire seated machine though.
Yeah. I didn't actually use the one at that gym when we were there.
It's good. I like it. I do like that
So does
machine.
it
I think
move?
it's I think it's ridiculous though. I think it's stupid and it's probably very low.
Okay, so there's like a little lever is what it's moving around. Is that how?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually sure how that mechanism works. So
like your pinch, the one that what you're pinching together where you have your thumbs, that's locked in, and then you're pulling the other part with your 4 fingers back to your thumbs.
yeah, and so like the front of it kind of lifts off the ground,
Right.
kind of almost like a
Where the plate's
seated
loaded.
calf raise, kind of. In
Yes.
a way.
Yes, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's insane and ridiculous. It's almost like an F tier seated machine. I want one.
Yeah.
But it's
I think that's a pretty appropriate place for it. Not a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, especially when you're talking grip. Man,
Yeah.
there's 1,000 different ways to work your grip, and a lot of them revolve around things that take up no space at all.
yes.
But it is unique, that's for sure.
Okay. How about the seated pullover, which we've been running into these on occasion on our gym tours, is the seated pullover. The one we run into is the old, at Matt Wallace's home gym. He had the Gen
Nautilus.
1 Nautilus or whatever Gen Nautilus.
And that
chain
seems
driven.
like that's the gold standard, isn't it?
That's kind of the gold standard. And then some others have kind of tried to replicate it. Actually, I think at Sabotage Sean, he had a pullover too that was like a Cybex or a slightly later model of something
Yeah.
pullover. And when I was at Jordan Wong's gym down in Florida,
he had
he had the Nautilus pullover as well. And I think there's some newer companies that make pullover versions, pullover using your lats. Did you use the pullover at
So after we got done
Wallace's?
filming, because I had never used one before, I'd never even been to a gym that had one, as far as I know. Who had it? Why can't I think right now? Was it Matt?
Wallace.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah. Yes. After we got done filming, I had to set myself down and crank out a few reps and give it a try. And it's a big machine, but I kind of see the hype on it. Like it hits you, man. Like you feel that.
It does have a cult following to it too.
It does.
If you're a bodybuilder, you kind of want one of these, I think, a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't know if I did 10 reps or so, but I can see if you had the room for machines, the room and the budget,
Yeah.
how this wouldn't be a bad option to go with. So with that being
It really
said,
has a cult-like following for a sitting on your ass machine too, a way to do lats sitting purely on your ass. I think it's almost like an A.
yeah, it kind of gets your abs too. Like it just sort of gets your
Yeah.
whole torso, it felt like. But I think I don't think A is a bad choice here.
All right, let's put her there.
You up?
I think I did that one.
Okay, then. Okay, seated grip machine's done. Pullover's done. Oh boy. Let's go with the Gluteator.
The Gluteator.
Also a machine with a bit of a cult following as well.
True.
It's one of those
this
if you
in
know, you know kind of
Jujimufu's
things.
gym. We've used this in
Gunnar
where
Peterson's.
else? Yeah, Gunner's gym. They both have the legit Gluteator. And then there's a knockoff version from, is it GMWD?
I think
or
so. Yes.
Macolo or one of those has one that you can buy. Never seen that one in person.
I mean, it looks, just the pictures online look very, very similar.
Yeah. It definitely does something as far as like using it. Gunner made me use it too when we were during the gym tour, and you can feel it in the glutes. They don't call it the Gluteator for no reason.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show before. The time we were just kind of sitting around at Juji's and we started playing around with it, that thing lit me up. Like it was to the point where you're like, no, I don't feel it at all. And I was like 3 reps in and like, this is just wrecking me right now. So, yeah, it does something, and it's a nice, I mean, I can understand the hype. Same thing there. It's a piece with some hype, and I don't think it's unjustified by any means. I do think it's good. I also don't know what they actually go for price-wise, if you can they don't make them anymore. So if you can find one, I'm not
Right.
sure I'm sure they're commanding a premium, but I don't know. It's probably like a B, maybe even
I think
an
B.
A tier.
B's my gut feeling on it too.
Okay. I think that's good. We'll go B.
Okay. All right. How about the seated neck work? For this example, I'm using the seated 4-way neck machine, which I haven't seen it yet. Did Huck Finn have one? Did he have a neck machine or?
No, he did not.
Okay. Someone did on that tour that they had a seated 4-way neck machine. I think the Y had one back in the day.
Did it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They still, they still have it.
I can't remember it.
Yeah. It's one of the very first machines. It was the maroon padded machines, not the blue ones, but it's one of the very first maroon ones when you're closest to the desk when you walk in upstairs. I think it's either the very first one or the second one is that, I'm quite sure it's still there.
Do you know who makes that one that they have?
I think those maroon padded machines, I can't remember. See there again, I just didn't pay enough I have to think about brand. Like now I just would never look at a machine and not just
I know,
evaluate the brand, like start by the brand and go from there. But I can't remember. They're a little bit older machines, but
yeah,
I'm not sure. I think it's just mostly a waste of time for most people.
But what about the old iron neck?
Yeah, I've got that. You can do that sitting on your ass or standing. I guess that's universal in that way. I think if you're not a fighter or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a boxer or I don't know, I'm sure there's other ways to justify it and that it makes some sense. I don't want to yuck anyone else's yum, but I just think that there's more valuable things for most people to be doing in the gym than sitting down on the 4-way neck machine and doing it 4 directions. So you're doing it almost like 4 lifts. You do like each one 3 sets of 10. You can just kill like 15 minutes on the 4-way neck machine.
Are the 4 directions they're coming from? Is it forward, back, side, left, and right?
Yeah.
Is that their 4 directions?
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Okay. Gotcha.
I was like, that's almost like an F to me.
I think that's justified here. It's actually hard finding a good photo of one. Do you know, is the one there? It's selectorized, I'm assuming, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's just hard to find a decent photo of one.
Yeah, there's
where
no plates
someone's
over there. It's all
actually using the machine, and it's selectorized, and it's also not a photo from 40 years ago.
That seems like a from 40 years ago machine most of the time.
Well, it does. Yes.
Most of those that exist are 40 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this probably isn't the exact one, but I'm going to go with this Cybex unit here. We said F, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up on the list, let's go with overhead press. And we're also going to, so we're talking seated overhead press. We're going to lump in like incline press to this too, right?
Yeah. So also you could sit on your ass and use dumbbells or sit on your ass with a barbell or sit on your ass in a machine. You can do overhead press a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. It's the beauty of it. Very versatile, but this is really one of the better movements on this list, if you ask me. I'm a big fan of the incline press specifically. I like it a lot. It's a nice variation to add in where you also don't have to just, in comparison to the flat bench, you're loading it lighter, but you're also getting a really good stimulus out of it, and it's still challenging. I mean, to me, this is probably at least an A tier.
Also, you can just do a lot like the overhead. You can do this with many different implements, where some of these it's just very much machine dependent, whereas the seated overhead press, there's a lot of different ways to do that. I'm just thinking about what that all even means, and I'm like, it's so versatile in that way. The seated overhead press, even from a machine standpoint, yeah, I think it's an A. I think that's good. We still only have one S, huh? Okay.
What do you got?
How about the seated? Maybe, I don't know if we're lumping these together, but seated ab machine. So either seated ab crunches or what about the rotary torso movement, sitting and twisting your abdomen horizontally.
Okay. The rotary one seems even like the seated ab crunch. I can kind of see that. The rotary one seems a little out
The
there.
seated
to me.
ab crunch at the Y I did use all of the time.
Yeah, I can
that
see
was the
how
first blue machine and the blue machine closest to the desk. Also, Rory has the seated ab machine.
Well,
in his
okay.
home gym.
Do you consider that seated? Because that thing is like lying down on his. Like you're like on
Oh,
your
his
back.
was?
Yeah, you're like on your
Okay.
back on the one he had.
No,
but
that's not seated then. The one at the Y was definitely seated.
oh, it was
though.
okay.
Where
See, and I
you're
never
like
used the one
literally
with
like pulling yourself down
Okay.
into like you're in the chair just like this and doing it. His must be a little different then though.
I mean, it's sort of kind of in a way reminds me of the pullover machine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it is kind of a little similar to that in a way too.
But
Or should we just rank the rotary torso?
I think they
instead?
got to be different. Yeah, I think you got to go the rotary torso.
Let's
here.
we're just gonna do the rotary torso
I like that. I like that more.
because it's funnier.
Yeah.
That is goofy, very very goofy to me. And if you're gonna need to work your abs or your obliques, there's so many ways to do that that aren't dependent on sitting on your ass
and then working
like,
this
using the
twist in
machine.
on it.
So to me, that's like a C or an F.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it justifies an F. We'll roll with F for now.
Okay.
We'll add some more to the F. Kind of an audible here. I don't think we had this on the list. You could say the good girl, bad girl machine.
Yeah, I wondered about that actually.
Also never used that machine either.
I used it at the Y a little bit, not very often.
Yeah.
Abduction versus adduction.
It's sort of just like what's the adduction? What the gluteator doesn't really have a way of doing that. Right?
What are you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say it sort of is just like the gluteator does
The
a lot of this
gluteator
already
does-
in a better way, probably.
Yeah, the gluteator does abduction.
Yeah, but that was what I was saying. Is that you don't have
The
an
gluteator doesn't do
adduction option.
adduction. No, it does
So-
not.
Yeah, you are. And again, I never really use an adduction.
Most commercial
machine.
gyms have those.
They do actually.
They always have those.
It's a very common piece to see. Not very common in a home gym, though. I can tell you that.
I never have even heard someone talk about it in a home gym.
Well, no way. Jose talked about it a little bit.
Okay, he did.
Wait, did he
didn't
have one, though?
Did he? Did he have a prime? Is there a prime one?
That's what
or
I'm trying to remember.
something?
Did he have the prime one, or was he talking about getting the prime one?
I can't remember. I don't remember that.
Yeah, because you guys talked about it on camera. Like there was a discussion about it.
Okay. So where do you put that in the tier list? It's like a B or a C.
I was going to
almost.
lean towards C on it.
Where do we put the gluteator?
The gluteator's B, so this has to be a notch below.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily F, but yeah, it does belong one notch below it.
Okay. What about seated tricep extensions?
Yeah, so sometimes I actually have to think out what you're saying because it just
There's this version where if it's on a machine, the handles are like this. It's almost like a preacher curl thing where you're going like this. I know they have it at like Los Campeones, so I've done it there before. And
yeah.
I mean, most commercial gyms like that have one. So sitting down to do tricep extensions, sitting down on your ass to do tricep extensions.
God, it feels like one that there's so many ways to hit that already.
That's what I would think too.
Like, can the machine do it good? I don't know, maybe, probably. But yeah, there just are a lot of other ways to do that.
I guess I don't know if you'd lump it in here, but seated cable head or seated cable tricep extensions is the same Let's forget that. Let's just do this machine where you're sitting here and it's like the preacher curl of tricep extensions.
It's probably a C or an F, isn't it?
I think C is fair.
Okay. I like how all of these photos, because so many of it are commercial pieces, it relies on the really just generic looking, like early 2000s version of what commercial gym equipment looks like and the people that use it.
Yep.
That image, that way of marketing these machines has definitely changed over the years a little bit. Like they don't use images that look like that anymore.
Yes.
What have we got left? Okay, pullover's done. What is left on the top? Oh, seated leg press.
Yeah, so a seated leg press.
Not a regular leg press. This is a seated one. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to a gym that has one of these things. We've been to home gyms that have these. Didn't Jungle Gym Reviews, didn't he have one in there?
Yeah. And Matt Wallace, the AFS hip press is kind of like a seated leg press.
Kind of, yeah. That sort of is just, I mean, yeah, actually it is, but at the same time, that thing is just kind of a beast of its own too.
Right.
I mean, the knock against these is you just have to go really heavy, don't you? Like you have to really load them to get any weight on it.
Yeah, you don't have the Y did have one in their line of machines too. They did have a seated leg press. I used it occasionally over the years.
It seems more like a machine you just see in a physical therapy clinic to me.
Yes, that's true. That is what it feels like usually.
Because the machine itself is on like a 10-degree angle, you know?
Yeah. They actually, I see these in two different ways. Sometimes where you're sitting is the part that moves. And sometimes like the AFS hip press,
the platform
moves, but sometimes you actually are moving yourself away from a fixed platform. Almost more like a rower.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't like that seated movement and bringing my knees to my chest. Like that's what bugs my back. And then, I mean, I think if you're going to do it, you would just rather go with a regular leg press,
like
wouldn't
a good leg press. Yeah.
And then it just has the knock of you have to really load it up to get anything out of it because gravity's not doing anything on this one, right?
Yeah. So where would that put it? Like a C?
I think so.
Okay. See it up. Make it so.
Boom.
Okay, one of the last normal ones in our list.
So we'll get to the bonus round.
Yes, a seated chest press. So this almost has to be a machine. And like at Massenomics Gym, we have a red Cybex one. Hammer Strength has multiple seated chest press options. Most of those companies that make commercial or even really home gym style machines, like there's a seated chest press option very frequently.
Yeah, if I'm going to put out a hypometer, it does feel like this one is a little bit higher on the hype meter, especially in the home gym circles.
Right.
It also is one of the machines that the jammer arm enthusiasts that they're just constantly trying to replicate with their jammer arms is some type of seated chest press, right? Like that's,
right.
Isn't that kind of like the exercise?
Right.
Just all types of, yeah.
I've done a lot of seated chest press in there. Again, when I was in Kuwait for a year, I did a lot of chest presses there. When I was at the Y over the years, I did my fair share of seated chest presses. Maybe if you're a bodybuilder, there's the more problem reason to do it.
Here's the problem with them is this movement is so dependent on the machine.
Yes.
That your starting point can really, like, you know, to be a snob here, the range of motion can be really inhibited or hurt by the machine because, like, I remember thinking the one at Massenomics Gym, it just feels like you're kind of starting out. It's not bad. Like, the movement itself is fine. You know, the movement pattern you're going through.
Yeah.
But it just feels like you're not getting that deep stretch on that one, are you? Right? Isn't it a little more in front of you?
Well, you can adjust it. It's got 5
Oh, it doesn't have those pins in the back?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it was. You never wanted to adjust the pins, though, because it's a pain. Because there's already like a plate on it.
Yeah. And then there's a 1 through 5 adjustment.
Okay.
But
no one
does
because
that. Of the way it is, the deeper you go, like there's no foot release on that.
I know.
One,
so you're just pinned. You're pinned
Right.
back in that starting position is also the other problem.
Right.
And then people say, well, you put blocks in it. And then it's like, well,
yeah,
I do a lot to get this damn machine to work the way I want it to.
I don't like that machine all that much, that Cybex one. Like
I went through a few
Not
training blocks of actually using that in there as an accessory.
People do occasionally use it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's
I
not
did
like
for a
it
while.
never gets
I would
used.
just say if I was serious, I would just do incline bench pressing and
Right.
get way more out of it. But
Yep.
I don't know. It's probably C-ish tier, maybe B.
I could see it as a B, just comparing it to some of the other ones.
Where the hell did my photo go?
It really is machine dependent, like you said, though, I think, too.
Yeah, because the starting position on this one really does factor in a lot
Right.
into how the movement goes. And then, some are more converging, some are more straight out.
Right.
There's also that factor too. And then, there's the angle of the seat. It's,
Big strength curve issues.
well, obviously, that goes without saying.
Now we get to some of our more we got a few wild cards here that we can decide do they all make the list? Do some not even make the list? If some make the list, where do they fall?
Oh, I found the exact Massenomics one here, I think. Yeah, it even has the Snap Fitness embroidery on it.
Oh, was that the one from Massenomics, Jim?
I mean, that's the exact one, isn't it? Cybex conversion chest press plate loaded.
Yeah, that's the unit.
Did you pay $950 for yours?
No, I didn't pay very. The nice thing about that machine, it's really light and not that big of a footprint.
Yeah.
The bad thing about it is it just doesn't feel that good.
I agree. Okay.
All right. Okay. Here's our wild cards. Let's start here. Box squats. Is that a seated exercise? Do box squats belong on the list? You do sit down.
It's a
You
real
do get to sit
hybrid.
down.
It's a real hybrid in the way that the exercise has a moment of sitting, but it's not the way the movement is performed in its entirety.
Because I think there's a real problem there. It happens when you stand up each time.
Right. You leave your ass. Your ass leaves the seat. Which
By design, it's like the entire point of the lift is that.
Yeah, it's like,
you
you're
just sit
getting to the
down.
good part and then you have to leave it.
Yeah, and then
none
you
of
go
these
away
other
from it all again.
like 16 items on the list involve
Just stay
leaving
on
the
your
seat.
ass.
Unless you're just done. Like that's how you know you're done is you leave the seat.
Right. This you're like, you get up, you sit down, are you sitting on your ass? It seems like more maybe if it's just like percentage of time involved in the lift, you have to at least be sitting for half of it.
Right.
And I feel like, if you consider how long it takes to sit down and get up both, you can't be you're sitting for under half the time, like maybe a third of the time.
Yeah,
You're actually
that's probably
sitting.
it.
And I just don't know if it's a seated exercise if you're only sitting 1/3 of the time of the exercise.
That's very true. Okay, so does that mean it might not go on the list then? Is that what we're saying?
Well, I don't know. Or is it just a bad seated exercise because you're not really sitting all that much?
See, that's the problem is, a lot of box squats are actually a pretty good exercise,
Right.
but in the context
that
of
good of a seated
exercise,
exercise.
yeah. I mean, you could make the argument this is an F tier seated exercise because you're not embracing
Right.
the seat. But some people are going to read this and think that we're saying it's an F tier exercise.
I think it's more, it doesn't make the list.
Okay,
Now that
okay.
we've talked about, I was thinking it's an F tier because it's not really very good at being seated, but it doesn't make the list.
Okay. How about wall sits? It's kind of like pretending you're sitting.
Yeah. So you are in the seated position the entire time, although your ass rests against nothing. And that feels like a problem, doesn't it?
It does, but I don't know. You really are mimicking the seat. It's kind of like overload training for when you get to the seat. Like once you get to the seat, it makes it really easy because it's actually there.
Because you're really good at being in that position, like you're training
really
the
good at that
position without
position.
even the seat.
Kind of tough to load. You could get a partner to put some plates on your lap or something.
I usually just have the partner sit on my lap.
That's also one way to do it. Yeah, if it's a good way to get to know your
In a very
partners
straight
too.
way.
Yes, in a purely hetero way, obviously.
I'm as straight as they come, but I love partner wall sits.
But when Tanner's doing wall sits, the guys line up.
I'm not sure if that's sitting by the true
Maybe this one belongs in an F tier. This is an F tier seated exercise.
Just because you're not really getting to sit on it.
Yeah, body weight seated exercises.
It's like the trickiest one on the list. It's like, nope.
It's funny because everything else in F tier is either has a seat or someone sitting down. And this one, you're like, well, it's like, what picture's not like the other? It's like, well, the one where there's no seat. She's
It's like you photoshopped out the seat.
Yeah. And what else do we got on this list here?
Turkish get up, I think, is a no. There's a moment of sitting during a
Yeah.
Turkish get up because you're kind of laying down. That's also a strike against the seated exercises. You kind of sit for a little bit halfway. It's not even a true sit is part of the problem. You're like leaning, and then there again, the problem is you get up. It's right in the name. It's not called the Turkish sit. It's called the Turkish get up.
Yeah.
So I almost think that doesn't make the list because
there's that little gotcha on there.
like, it's like the whole time all you're trying to do is stop sitting. Like you're trying to get through the sit so quickly.
Right. Where all these other ones we're trying to put more weight on so we can just be stuck in that, really drive home that seated position.
Right.
Okay, how about a recumbent bike? It's like a bicycle where you get to really, really sit down.
You
on
really
it.
sit on your ass.
Yeah. It doesn't have one of those little flimsy bicycle seats. It's got like a whole recliner seat to plop your ass down on.
Yeah, because you could you could start to logic just an actual bike, so you say a Peloton or a spin bike or a analog Peloton, but those really aren't seats. You're standing a lot, and it's like almost more of just a position. It is a seat. I mean, the saddle is a seat
in the classical sense. It is a seat,
Yeah.
but like we're talking, typically most of the seats we're working with here, like the seats
Truly
at
sitting
least
on your
a foot
ass.
wide. A
Right.
lot of these have a back to the seat, even, and that's not your
Right.
standard bicycle seat there by any means.
So we're recumbent bike to really fit the category.
It's also our only cardio item on the list.
Yeah, I think recumbent bikes, you said something before, was just for like therapy centers. I mean, recumbent bikes are just for really old people that can't do anything else.
That's typically what I see. I think people have them on Gym Radar, though, don't they? Am I wrong here?
I mean, it's by far the easiest form of cardio that could ever exist. I'm not even sure. It would be the hardest part about a recumbent bike would be being able to make yourself work hard enough to get your heart rate up very high.
There are, when I just type in recumbent, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 bikes, and most of them are owned by one. 2 of them are owned by 2. So we're talking 8, 9, 10 people on Gym Radar have recumbent bikes.
I mean, it's a great way to just sit on your ass and almost not doing anything in that way. Like, it's great to sit on your ass.
Well, actually, for that matter, a rower kind of does skirt the line here between bike seat and just regular ass sitting seat, in the way that it is a little beefier.
That's a little closer to a regular seat than a bicycle.
It is, but you kind of are moving on that seat,
But you never stop sitting.
So what? Okay, wait. Are we saying a recumbent bike is like an F tier, or are we saying C because it's cardio?
C because it's cardio, and cardio starts with C. Is that the logic we're going with? Or is this like the Cookie Monster version of tier list now?
Cardio starts with C.
Yeah. This is the Cookie Monster tier list.
Cookie Monster tier list. It's just
where you just whatever letter the thing starts with, that's the category it goes in.
It's just revolves around
cookie
alliteration.
Cookie starts with C.
Bench press B.
The Cookie Monster tier list.
It's so stupid.
So recumbent bike went an F, even though it doesn't start with an F.
We're breaking our rule, yes. And we'd like to assure everyone we know recumbent bike does not start with an F, but we're still going to put it there.
And the last one, then, are we going to add the rower to the list? or is that not making the list?
Well,
You do sit on your ass the whole time.
you do sit on your ass. It is a pretty iconic piece. A lot of people
Yeah.
have it. I think maybe we should make an exception and add it in here.
All right. For cardio, as far as cardio sitting on your ass, I'm a rower guy. I like rowers.
It's very high. I mean, it's a very highly rated piece of equipment. I mean, it actually is not crazy to say this is an S tier item. It's not by any means.
I mean, I'm flirting with that idea. I feel like it fits better in A because I like S is.
I think A is an easy, safe bet. The
Yeah.
S tier is putting it out there a little more, but it'd be hard to knock.
It's
someone
close
for
to an
putting it
S to
in
me,
an
but I
S.
feel better in A still probably. Like it probably almost is an S to me as far as sitting on your ass and doing, because you can sit purely on your ass and do some intense cardio on a rower and never leave your ass, which that's not easy to do.
No,
To just sit straight down on your ass and just do intense cardio
and just wreck yourself.
sitting on your ass the entire time. What can you do that on besides a rower? A recumbent bike's kind of a joke.
Yeah, or recumbent bike's not getting you there.
No. Okay, yeah, I like that. Although the rower really is just, where did we rank the, we did put it in A. Actually, yes, perfect logic. Because it is just the seated row. Just the cardio
Actually,
version. It is exactly that.
Yes, seated row.
It is
for time.
for very
For
light
reps.
weight for reps, for a lot of reps.
That is funny. Yes, I wasn't sure where you're going with that, but yeah, the seated row and the ISO row are both in A. So yeah, by that logic, the rower does make sense to be in A with it.
And we wound up there from a different way. And so it,
Without
yeah,
even
because I was
realizing
like, wait, if we move that somewhere else, how is this different just because it's lighter and more reps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Okay,
So that we ranked everything. Now, do we have any changes? We only have one. Do we need to review quickly where we're at?
let's
on
start.
things?
Okay, should we start at F tier? Because I
Yeah.
don't think. All right, so F tier we have the what's the official name for this? The seated grip.
Yeah, the seated grip.
Seated grip
exercise.
machine.
Yeah.
We have the 4-way neck machine. I also like how this picture has poles. At first, I thought this guy had a cane in the photo. I didn't realize those were like the bracing poles. Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Oh, yeah.
You see those?
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it has these like bracing poles that come out. There's the rotary torso, the wall sit, and the recumbent bike are all in F tier. Let's
That's
just
a
say if
pretty
you're
good
building a
lineup.
gym, if you're building a gym, none of those should be high on your priority list. Actually, I'll make an exception. No, a wall sit can be on your priority list because it doesn't take up any
It takes
room, but
nothing.
Go moving.
I
up.
will also note I do want that hammer strength grip seated machine thing.
Well, that's why I said starting a gym, not if you're 10
No,
years
yeah.
into a gym. C tier, we have the preacher curl bench, the seated dip machine, the adduction machine, the seated tricep. What do we call it? Seated tricep extension,
Yeah.
a seated leg press, and the seated chest press, all in C tier. I think those are all good there, aren't they?
The only one I'm thinking is I could make a case for chest press going up one.
Could you?
I don't know that it has to. Some of those others seem worse in that C tier to me than that one because some chest presses
Well,
are good.
That's what big chest press would want you to believe, is that this is a superior machine. Next thing you know, you're buying jammer arms to emulate this movement in all variations. Okay.
The thing about the jammer arms is you're going through so much work just to get that one machine that is I'll admit, at best a B tier. Sit on your ass movement.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, we'll come back to that one at the end
Yeah.
here. B tier, we got seated calf raise, seated leg curl, the pec deck, and the gluteator. I think those are all good there, aren't they?
It makes sense. If I think about it too much,
I don't
none
think
of
any of
this
those belong
makes
in A
sense, so
tier.
I don't want to think about it too much harder of what's in B and what's in C and how it's different. Or else the whole pyramid will crumble and I won't understand any of it anymore.
It's all held up with a toothpick. Yes. A tier, we have the leg extension, the hammer
Yes.
strength, ISO lateral row,
Yes.
the seated low row,
Yes.
pull over, the incline bench or seated overhead press, the rower. Man, that's a good row. That's good stuff there.
Okay,
And then
I like it.
S tier, we have the lat pull down machine.
And I think that's an S tier. I think that's the only S tier in the list for sitting on your ass.
I think you're right. Also, it's funny now that I look at this list, it kind of does mimic the movements I actually do are in like S and A tier. And then the lower you go down, the more it just turns into, no, I just don't do that.
Well, F, like, for example.
Let's just say my recumbent bike's been pretty lonely lately.
F, nobody's doing any of the things is kind of what that category is.
Yeah, well, mostly because people don't have the money or space for a
Right.
4-way neck machine. But
Well, and people don't have the money or space because if you have the money or space, you're buying 10 other things before that stuff.
very
When you say you don't have the money or space, it's because, those are so far down the list of things anyone would ever buy. Because people don't really have the money or space for a leg extension leg curl, but like, of course you're getting that and not a 4-way neck machine. Like, it's an absurd thought that someone's getting a rotary torso. Like, you know what? I really haven't been able to work without a machine. My rotary torso movement.
just ever since I left a commercial gym, I've just been craving one of these machines.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good list.
Well, so what? Did we decide the chest
Oh.
press is moving up a notch then? Is that what you're...
I'm
I'll give that
mostly
one to you if
only
that's what you
saying
want.
that now because it makes the list look a little more uniform.
Okay. That's all the excuse I need to hear. We'll go with it. Even though it
makes
can
it-
have a poor starting position, it's extremely dependent on what the machine is set up, and it can
I
be
don't
a pain
even
to set
really...
up.
The very machine I have, which is in that picture,
And the machine we have,
is
we don't
more
really
of a
like either.
C.
But with all those being
that's
said,
more of a C, but the idea of it could be a B.
and that's, you know what, in the home gym space, more than anything, a lot of times it's the idea of it that really matters.
It's the idea. Sometimes it's just the idea of having a little sit ski on your ass ski.
Exactly. All right. Wow, what a great list. We
And
did it
last leg
again.
extension should be an S.
That's the one that a lot of people would make a strong argument for. To me, it's not, but a lot of
I
people it
agree.
is.
I agree. Let's leave it there. But
Okay.
let's leave it there. I think it's more polarizing if the only one we have in there is lat pull downs, and people are like, the hell is that one in there for by itself? I don't like it.
Yeah. Like if you told me you can take one out of A tier and move it up, I mean, I'm not taking leg extension. I would pick.
Me either. If I'm picking what I actually like want to be able to, no, I mean, God, no. That would be the last one out of the list I would pick.
It basically would be
I'd pick it lower than the rower.
right.
Because I'd be like, the rower's good cardio.
Which is
Like,
funny that you're like, when it actually comes down to, hey, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here's 6 items. And if you can only pick one of them, we're both agreeing that the leg extension is the last one on that list that we're going to take with us.
What on all of everything in the list is the best seated exercise just to you personally? And when we're not factoring anything else, like if you're like, you can only have one of these exercises on the list,
Well,
what are you sticking with?
I mean, it is the lat pull down. Like that's the one that I use, every week. I think it's a great exercise. It's a great way to hit your lats. That would be the one I would take. I'm not going to take seated calf raise.
I was going to say, just quickly scanning, I could easily wipe out F, C, and B immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Those without even thinking too hard. So then if I'm looking at the S and A tier,
like the top 3 exercises.
leg extension's out.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
it's lat pull
Pullover's
down.
out. I don't need that.
Yeah, it's lat pull
I'll
down,
take
low
the
row, and
cardio
incline
out.
press.
Yeah, say it again.
Lat pull down, low row, and incline press.
Yeah.
Or any type of seated row. Just lat pull down,
lat
seated
pull
row,
down,
incline
seated
press.
rows, and incline and overhead press.
Yeah,
would
like
be
there you're
the-
doing some actual work.
Right.
You're getting
Right.
some shit done there. You
Right.
can't tell me you're doing those exercises hard and not getting bigger and stronger.
Right.
You could be doing leg extension hard, and you might get bigger, maybe. I don't know if you get stronger. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe not.
But you could just live so easily without the leg extension machine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying. I mean, you could live with all of these without all of them, but I just think the carryover,
Because you can just do pull-ups and,
Yeah.
figure out different
you
ways
just
to do
not
pull-ups.
do incline press or overhead
Right.
press, but
Right. Well, you can do standing overhead press though
Yeah.
too. which I like standing overhead press. But yeah, I like that list. That's good.
All right. Nailed it.
Yeah, we definitely talked me out of thinking that leg extension could go to S. It almost belongs more in B than it does S.
You're not totally wrong.
Can we move it to F? I don't want it in S. I'd like it in F now.
You know what? Scratch that. It's going down. We'll leave it there. We'll call it quits there.
All right, that's our list. So let us know in the comments. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? What exercises did we not include where you get to sit down on your bum and do a little lifting, sometimes very little lifting? What did we miss? But the formula for your comment, if it's critical of us at all in any way, if it's anything other than just agreeing with everything in our take, let us know.
What did we say that offended you the most?
You say, in my incorrect opinion, ... Fill it in.
What did we say that shook you to your core?
But I do think we kind of nailed this tier list again, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we did. There's not even room for discussion. We did it.
It's like the 8th or 9th time on a tier list that we've just absolutely nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do a few of these, you get it down.
Did we do all the tier lists now? Are we ever going to even be able to come up with another thing?
Well, we got to do that Cookie Monster tier list, but then after that, we're probably good after that.
Yeah, Cookie Monster tier list, not the count tier list. I was actually thinking we could do the top 10 list from the count. 1.
It's just the numbers.
2. Or wait, is that the count? Yeah, that's count.
I think so. Yeah.
And then he says Any other Sesame Street references for this tier list?
My kids are never big Sesame Street people, so I don't actually have a whole lot of. I'm banking my Sesame Street knowledge comes more from my own personal experience.
Me too.
Than my children.
None of my kids watch Sesame Street.
Yeah, I don't.
I like Sesame Street when I was a kid.
I think it's good. Yeah.
We also had horseshit options probably compared to my kids. Yeah. Of course they don't like Sesame Street. Like, look at all the crazy crap there is to watch. Like,
there is some insane stuff out there. Yes.
Yeah. Of course they don't like Sesame Street, but I liked it. Who's your favorite character on Sesame Street? Who's S tier? Big Bird and Elmo are probably S tier. Elmo's a little overrated.
They're the all-stars of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Elmo's a little overrated.
Well, I mean, he probably has the most successful toy line, you know.
Oh, yeah. Tickle Me Elmo. That thing was fire. I kind of like Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, just two bros just living their
I'm as
life.
straight as they come, but I liked the relationship that Bert and Ernie had going on.
Whatever that is.
I don't know what they were doing behind closed doors. And were Bert and Ernie straight, or what's the story on those two?
Frankly, that's none of my business. It's kind of my thought on it.
They weren't brothers, were they?
I don't know. That's also none of my business. How you two are related? No concern to me.
Ernie. Well, okay, I was just figuring out in my head which is which. Oscar the Grouch was not all that pleasant, typically speaking.
Not usually.
Big Bird, pretty big. Probably a pretty good lifter.
Probably, yeah. He's a bird. He's got hollow bones, but you know.
Yeah, structurally speaking, maybe not. Like
kind of actually sort of has a pencil neck too, kind of in the scheme of things.
It's a pencil neck.
Hollow bones and a pencil neck. I don't know. Maybe not.
Actually, we've had this conversation before, right?
I mean, we've talked about Sesame
we've
Street
talked about
before.
Grover before because I was just thinking about.
Yes. Now,
I was just going to Grover next, and I'm like, we definitely
I do remember
talked about
bringing
Grover.
up Grover now. Yep, I do. Yep.
Because Grover is a poor man's Blue Elmo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think we made that comment that time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're going down this road. We've been down this road before.
Grover feels like he just disappeared and like isn't even in the cast almost to me.
I don't know.
Like, can you picture a Grover bit?
Well,
like
no, but I have a hard time picturing any of the bits. Is the problem?
Well, you can picture Oscar in his can, like being grumpy.
Yeah,
you do the count doing his thing where he's counting. Bert and Ernie doing a thing, and like Ernie's in a bathtub doing like his rubber ducky song.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Big Bird being a big bird. It's kind of his bit.
Doing big bird stuff.
Like Elmo talking to whatever real people are on the show and laughing and doing that voice. But what did Grover do? What did Cookie Monster shoveling cookies? Cookie Monster ate cookies like Stone Cold Steve Austin drank beers.
Yeah.
Not all that much went in.
No, but you do enough of them and all of a sudden you've accidentally consumed a few,
That's kind of the Stone Cold. Like you pour enough over your face, eventually you've drank a few beers.
You dump 10 beers just on towards the direction of your mouth. Like you are just going to drink a certain amount of them.
You just fling chocolate chip cookie particles at your gullet long enough, like some go in.
Some hits.
Lucky that dude didn't choke. Mm-hmm. Just throwing like cookie bits and like straight into his throat.
Be the end of it right there.
Yeah, but Grover, someone in the comments, let me know what it is Grover ever did. I picture Grover wearing like a knight's helmet and carrying a sword sometimes, like that was a bit.
I don't know. It's not ringing a bell for me at all.
I feel like you don't remember Sesame Street.
No, not very well at all. No. Come to think of it, I've never watched it before.
I've just been agreeing with you most of the time.
I actually don't even know what show we're talking about here.
But also things came from Sesame Street like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe we've talked about that on the podcast before. Like, does that ring a bell to you when I say that thing?
Not really, no.
Okay. Like, you've never heard that little jingle?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not really meaning anything, but.
Okay. If I said it again, would it help?
No, it wouldn't, because I already got it in my head. But I'm like, I don't know. Have I heard that before or not? I'm not even really sure. It wasn't that complex of a jingle. I did get it down the first time, but. He counted 1 to 12 in a certain pattern. I did keep up, but I'm not sure if that means anything to me or not. It doesn't really, which means it probably doesn't.
All right. That's enough about Sesame Street, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
These other topics, I think they can honestly all wait. They can all wait, right?
Let's see. Do we want to do a radar report this week or not?
Oh, we are at the 2 hour and 7 minute mark. How detailed is the radar report?
Well, I have two. Actually, I have two. I have 2 weeks worth of radar reports backed up here.
I don't know if we want to do it though. If it's really good, we might want to just get talking on it for a long ass time.
Okay. Yeah. I actually think I could see how one of these for sure could lead into a much larger. We'll table it. We're putting it on pause. You'll just have to tune in next week.
I've got one really, really fast radar report that requires no. Like, we can just be over with it in 30 seconds.
All right. The clock has started.
Okay, first of all.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Red alert.
We recently added gym comments to gymradar.com. There's now over 400 comments that have been left on the Gym Radar website since us adding that just recently, like
very nice.
In a week or something like that. So, yeah, 400 comments. So there's been a lot of chatter. Kind of behind the scenes, I think we at one point had decided that's chatter. We haven't been using that.
Actually, yeah, we haven't fully embraced the branding on that, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Blips are the notifications. Chatter is the comment section, but gym comments is actually what people are saying. I think it's too late for chatter. I think we missed chatter.
Never say never.
All right, it's called chatter.
Sometimes things just take a little while to catch on.
It's chatter. It's like semi-radar adjacent term we came up with. It's chatter. That's what gym comments are, chatter. So that was all for my radar report.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Red alert.
Amazing.
I kind of want to get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 as a button. All right. Anything else this week?
No, other than the fact that this episode is brought to you by the Strength Co. Strength Co. They're American-made Olympic iron plates, and they're our favorite plates, and for good reason. They're made in America. They're E-coated. They have a beautiful black finish. They're smooth yet easy to grip. They're designed to last a lifetime, and they look great in your gym. everyone that I know that has these things, they said, wow, I thought I knew what a weight plate was like until I got my hands on this thing. And now I know what a weight plate is like. They're that good. Get a set for yourself. After you get a set or a pair, you'll quickly find out that you're going to want more because they look that dang good. Just do it. You won't regret it. TheStrength.co.
Thank you, The Straight Co. Check out the latest YouTube video, the Huck Finn Barbell Gym Tour live from the Bean at Chicago. The Huck Finn Barbell Home Gym Tour. And buy something from Massenomics.com. We've still got a few tank tops available. We have the blue lifting department. We have the teal Silly Goose, and then some Gym Radar tees, bench heavy tees, and a few other things, drink spotters, the works. Check it out, Massenomics.com. Use our affiliate codes. You can go to Massenomics.com/affiliates and go through there. Or if you just use Gym Radar, you'll end up using an affiliate code, and we get something out of that. So thank you for doing so. Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.